Uh-oh. Looks like you're asking for trouble now.
Shipwreck!
How would you like it if someone took your bike?
I wouldn't.
And if you get caught...
Hey, Yesterland fans, welcome back to another episode of The Toys That Made Sense. Today's episode, we're going over G.I. Joe Classifieds, Shipwreck. That's right, here he is. Remember, a couple videos ago, picked him up when I was out hunting that first Ole's trip. So, found him inside that Walmart. Knew as soon as I got him in hand, oh yeah, we're gonna have to do a review on the most laziest G.I. Joe in the G.I. Joe line. That's right, Shipwreck. So you know what to do. Sit back, grab your favorite beverage and snack, and I'll see you on the other side. All right, guys, here we are in studio. So let's get right into it. There's not much to do here other than go over the box real quick. We got a pretty cool graphic on the front of this box with Shipwreck being there displayed with Paulie on his wrist, holding that classic revolver off to the side. G.I. Joe Classifieds, G.I. Joe Shipwreck. We know he's a good guy. Anybody that knows G.I. Joe, we all know who Shipwreck was and what he did and who he was as a character in the G.I. Joe Great American Hero cartoon. So, up here we get a little indication of some of the weaponry that we get, or the accessories. We got this picture of, you know, Shipwreck screaming, probably yelling at Paulie, like, come on, Paulie. Flipping it around to the side, we get number 70 in the line. We get that code there. Flipping it around back, Shipwreck, the display of the figure, showing him coming in at a 6.3 inch. We see him here with his hat off, holding Paulie, all the legal mumble jumble, all the guns, accessories, and whatnot. And there's that picture, that face of Shipwreck. G.I. Joe on top, legal mumble jumble on the back, or on the bottom. And then here we go, we got that indication of plastic-free packaging, that windowless, which we do know now. Hasbro announced that they will be going back to some form of window packaging for the G.I. Joe Classified series. So, without further ado, let's get into it. All right, here we go. Shipwreck's out of the box. This is all the contents that you get inside of it. We got Shipwreck's footlocker here. We've got this little white little block piece of, compartment. Kind of like a packaging to keep him still inside the box when he was tied in there. I guess that just keeps the head and keeps the figure stabilized. Get that graphic of Shipwreck on the back there. We get these Earth Conscientious, let's save the planet ties to hold the figure in. We get the Earth Conscientious bag and for accessories. And then moving in close to the accessories, we get his anchor, which is not bad looking. I'll give it credit. It's pretty cool. It's a little flimsy. We get the rope. It's bendable. Obviously, it's all in one piece. It does not come undone or anything like that, but you put the hook on there, and I guess that's how it'll hang off his belt or whatnot. Or does that hang off the belt that way? And then this, yeah, it's got to do that, because in order for that to hang off his hip there. We get Paulie. Paulie's got a little peg there, so I will show you here in a minute. It will go on his wrist. We get a modern, updated weapon of some sort. I'm going to tell you, it looks kind of janky. Doesn't look all that good. We get his pistol, which looks like a black powder pistol, double barrel. Almost looks a little oversized, a little too big. I don't know. I could be wrong. I'm not a master of arms. So then we get an extra set of hair. So, and I'll show you here in a second with pulling that off, what that does. Moving into Shipwreck himself. Let's start at the feet. I'm going to tell you right now, surprisingly, he's a pretty solid character. I was really, really surprised that he was this solid feeling right out of the package. Black boots, moving up, all the typical articulation. One thing that caught my eye immediately when I pulled him out, I don't know if anybody can help me here, but I noticed right on his pants, we've got some wear, and I don't know if this is deliberately intentional in the design, but it's rough. Like mine's scuffed and rough. And I don't know if that's supposed to be like, you know, worn denim blue jean type material. It just doesn't feel right. It's really rough feeling. So I don't know if I've got a bad one here or whatnot. He's got his holster over here to the side where he's going to put that updated pistol. His belts, the mold on it, I noticed it's probably because it's been in the package and whatnot, been hot and going from hot to cold, but it doesn't really sit really well on his hip, so I'm going to have to play with that a little bit. We got another belt underneath on the hip with that gold buckle. Moving up into the chest, we get that ab over rocker. There you go. You just see now what I was going to get to on his head and his hat, but let's just jump to it now. So you can interchange his hat and the hair if you don't want him with the hat on. You could put his regular hair on here. What, to me, I don't know, it just looks kind of out of place. I'm not used to seeing Shipwreck without his hat on, so for my purposes, I'll be displaying Shipwreck with the hat on. But you could take that set of hair off there and put the hat and all that back on there. He's got some cool tattoos here on his arm. I do like that. They went in and gave him some tattoos. He's got that fish and all that. He's got his rank on his sleeves there. He's got a little hairy chest for Shipwreck there. Ab over crunch on the post there for his articulation in the stomach. And that's about it. He was very posable right out of the box that I can tell. Not a bad looking figure. I'm glad I get to add him to the collection because Shipwreck was one of those figures that I got like 3 or 4 of them one year for my birthday and between Christmas. And I don't know, I know he gets a lot of flack, but I actually like Shipwreck. He was definitely a Joe that got played with. You know, he was all G.I. Joe and meant to be in with my toys. And I can remember as a kid, I never really played with him in the direction of making him like a jokester or lazy. He always had a core mission when I was on my little adventures or whatnot as a kid playing. So I never displayed him or played with him in the fact of him being a jokester or a lazy action figure. He always had a role and a job to do, even though in the cartoons he was portrayed as a very lazy individual. But let's get him accessorized. Let's see what he looks like. So pistol goes there in the thigh. We'll move up the updated, I guess, revolver, if you will. Putting that there on his hip. You get that anchor here off to the side. Let's see. We'll get that. I think it goes on just like that, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see here. I don't know. Oh no, it goes across his chest. My bad, I should just be looking at the picture here. So this goes across his chest. I guess you can hang the anchor off of it from this perspective if you wanted to. Do it like so. On the back, hanging there. Let's get his hat and hair back on. And we can get Paulie right here up on his wrist. Now there is a little hole there for Paulie to pop right down in and sit on Shipwreck's wrist. And you can pose him however your heart's desire. Now I will say, they don't give you the option of turning the arm. So Paulie appears to be a little off to the side. When you turn the wrist like that, it doesn't turn him up. So, and that arm does not bend. So from the picture, it doesn't look like Paulie matches up very well. He kind of hangs there off to the side. So there you have it, guys. There's Shipwreck. Real quick, in a nutshell. Let me know what you think. Did you like this video? Drop me a comment in the comments section. As always, thank you for turning in today and checking this out. And remember to like and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you guys in Yesterland.